Today we're going to be making another Christmas ornament, and let's get started. The paints that we'll be using today is white, Viridian, or I call it mint green, Cad red dipole, medium yellow, black, chrome oxide green, turquoise green, and cad orange hull. The brushes we'll be using today is a 3/4 flat, a number 4 filbert, and a 10/20 liner. I've got a 3-inch round ball. It's a styrofoam solids, and I've primed it with gesso, and I'm just coming in here with some mint. And I'm just going to grab me a little water on my brush. Might be too much. It's okay. I just got a wad of paint, so it's okay. So I'm just putting it around. And I'm coming around where the middle, you'll see the middle seam if you have on this. That's where it's kind of crooked. If you could see my pencil, it's crooked, but there's my middle seam. And I'm just going to smooth this out. This one is wanting to roll on me. Yep. I may end up having to hold this one. But that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to grab some white and some mint, and I'm going to come around now at this point and just kind of blend these again. I think I need some more white on that. And then I'm just coming on the tip of it. I'm just going to smooth this out as good as I can get it. Same thing here. You have to grab some more white. Yeah, this one is rolling for some reason. I guess I don't have it down in there enough. And there we go. Let's see if that's gonna, we'll come back to that. We just grab some white here. And come back in here with some mint. Okay. Alright, at this point, that's I'm just smoothing it out. It's got to dry. I've got my liner brush, and I'm coming back in here, and I'm going to pick up some white. I've kind of rolled it on there. I want to find out, let's see, this is my line, so right here should be my spot, and I know it's hard to see it. Don't think I can bring it in anymore. I'm just trying to get a little swirl going on here. Now I have to pull it towards me because that's just the way I can get it on there. You can see that. This is actually the bottom. And if I get it too close, I'm coming back in with some other paint, so that will be okay. Some of it is going off my clothes, so I'm going to try to bring it down some more. And I'm not worried about it because I will come back in there with some of the paints. Like I said, just trying to swirl it. I wish I could do it like this here. But I tend to get a little wobbly when I do it like that. So it's just easier for me to go to a spot and pull it back to where I was. And I'm just going to let that kind of play out. Alright, so that is the start of my swirl. Try to hold it still for y'all. I have turquoise green, and I'm going to pick me a spot around this line here. I want to stay underneath it. I'm going to come right in here, I think, and I'm going to use this dark color, and I'm going to try to write a name. Now I do know once I do this that I will have to probably come back in there with make another coat of it. There we go. And then we're just going to do a circle. I got a little tall, but that's okay. I can bring it down some. And fill it in some. And if I want to, I can make my L just a little taller. And then I'm just going to bring my H around. So, as you can tell, this is for my daughter-in-law. I'm trying to get it where y'all can see it. This is for my daughter-in-law. I have to tell you a thing. My 5-year-old granddaughter, I told her a secret that I was making these for everybody. So she hasn't told anybody. Well, they seen the post on Facebook of Leah did of me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it where I can work here and do. I'm having to bring it a little crazy. And she said she come to my house and she wanted to see Daniel's, and I showed it to her and she said, "You know, you could make these for presents." And I just kind of smiled and didn't say anything. She said, "I guess what I'm telling you is I want one." And so I didn't say anything. I just laughed. But as you can tell, I was making it for Leah, my daughter-in-law. Okay, I'm going to pick up some of my dark green and my mint together, and I'm just going to put some on my palette, and I'm just going to kind of see if I can flick them up. As you can see, I'm just trying to make some little trees here, and that's all I'm doing, is just making some trees. And I'm just going to kind of fill that in. I'm going to let this dry because that is my forest. And then we're going to have some other things coming on. So while I have my forest here, I'm going to pick up my number 4 liner, and I'm just going to pick up some of my, well, I guess I'm going to mix, but I want to get the darker green, and I'm just coming in here really lightly and just making me a river. It started off so tiny. I'm just going to kind of let that play out. I think I'm going to make my river just a little bit bigger because that would mean a tiny, tiny bridge. And I like it down like that, like there. So I'm just going to come in here and bring some more, make it a little bit bigger here. And just kind of let it play out there. So there is the start of my river. Now I see some little pores in my ball here that I would like to get just a little bit more filled in. So that's what I did. Okay, so once that kind of dries, well, actually I'm not going to let it dry. I'm just going to grab some white, and I'm going to come in here put some snow. Can we see that? Okay, we're just going to smooth this out. Some of that blends, that's fine. We'll come back and fix that because I like that color water. Just putting some of that in here in my river. And there we go. Now, like I said, that's going to have to dry a little bit, but that's okay. Because I don't want the water there. There we go. So there is the start of our forest. We're going to put trees in there, and we've got our river going. I think I need some more in here. Alright, I'm going to wipe this off a little bit because I think I want to make my river just a little bit wider in here. So I'm just picking up some green and just flicking that in there. So there we go. So I'm going to use my dark green and I'm going to make a cabin. And if I don't like it, I can always bring brown in and do the cabin. I'm just making the front a little higher than the back. We'll bring this down. And then we'll go ahead and put us a green chimney on. If, like I said, we can come back and put it. If I don't like it, we can always put it brown. I think I'm going to make this a little bit, there we go. So we have our forest, and we have the start of our cabin. Now, I'm going to stop and let that dry before I stop to think where I'm going next. Okay, so this is dry, and I've got some, I've got my number 4 brush, filbert brush, and I have some chrome oxidine green. So I have a green that I'm just going to pick up some on my brush, and I'm going to make some trees right here. These are going to be in the front, and they're going to be with snow, where the back is just a bunch of forest. They're different sizes, so that's good. Okay. So I'm just going to come along in here, and I'm just going to tap. And then we can just tap some right in here. And tap some right in here. Bring this little line over. And then just tap some. Okay, I've got my brush on the side where I'm just tapping, and then I lay it flat, go across, and then that's where I just start tapping some different ones on. Bring it darker right in here. Again, I'm laying my brush sideways and just tapping, coming across, and then just start tapping this branches on that tree. Last one here. Okay, so there we have our trees and our water. Like that. Okay, I'm going to wash and dry my brush. I think I'm going to come across with the lighter mint green, and I'm going to pick my thing. I think I'm going to come right along in here and just go over it with my bridge. That didn't make it very dark. Maybe I need the darker one. Let's see. Okay. And that's the start of our bridge. I'm going to grab my 10 over 0, and I'm just going to mix these two together, the light and the dark. And then I'm just going to come right up here and start making me some little lines. And that's going right across. The water. Okay, so I'm going to grab the darker one and I'm going to come right under here to give me a little more shadow. And I'm going to bring the lighter one. So I'm going to wipe my brush off and I'm going to grab the lighter color and come right up here. And I'm going to pick up the two that I mixed. And I'm just going to put a rail over it. And there is the bridge. We'll come back with some snow and probably some decorations and stuff. Okay, we're at our cabin. I'm going to come in with some of the lighter green, and I'm going to outline my, going to try to come in with some, and outline the cabin. I'll probably come back with black, but I want to get this down so I would know which way I'm going. And I'm just going to put some of these coming this way. And they just kind of played out. And that's perfectly fine. I'm there at our little log cabin. Now I'm going to probably grab a little white with some of that green. Let's see if I can get a little white here. See if that'll make a little lighter color. Okay, so there's our cabin. I wouldn't mind having a little white church. So if I can do a tiny little white church on this one, I'm going to try. I can't promise you, but we're going to see if I can make a little church. So we're going to make this one at an angle. Okay, I think I'm going to need my bigger brush. So I'm going to pick my number 4 up. I've got white, picking up some white, and I'm just coming in here and putting down some white for a little white church. Now it's a little church. And then we're going to put let's look at chimney. It's okay. It doesn't look like a chimney, but we're going to put another top on it. So let's see if we can get this. So that's our little church so far. It's not very big. Doesn't need to be humongous. Just a church in the back of the woods. Okay, I think I'm going to add a few trees in here. So what I'm going to do is use my number 4. I washed and dried it, and I'm just going to pick up some of this oxidized green, and I'm going to come in and put in a tree here, and I think I'm going to put in a tree here, and that way we can just tap, 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 and then put our little lines. Okay. And I think I might bring another one down here. This one will look like it's closer. Okay, so there is our trees. You know, every time you do one and you practice and you get better at it, you think, okay, I like that one. And then you do another one and you find out that you like that one too. So, yeah, it's really fun doing this, y'all. Okay, I'm going to wash my brush. I'm going to pick up my liner brush, and I'm going to come back and we're going to do some more swirls. So I have the lighter green mint, and I'm just going to, if I can do it without getting paint all over me, I'm just going to swirl this around. And when I say paint all over me, I mean touching all that right there. Just kind of left that open where the river is, so you can, let me get it, so you can see where the river goes and didn't go around with that white line, I mean that green line. This is a lot different than working on a regular painting canvas because it moves so much and it's small, so you have to kind of stay with it. Okay, and there we go. We're just going to leave that like that at that point. Pick up some white and come in here on her name and start tapping some right in here. And then I'm just going to come down in here. Whoops, my finger slipped. That's okay, we can come back. Alright, so we're going to put some along in here. I'm going to put some in here. and some in there. We're going to come right in here, and then put some up here. And if we have to bring more, that's okay. We're just getting it down, because like I see some holes. I like for it to be plentiful there. Okay. And then we'll just put some more right in there. So. Okay, so we're going to come up here and we're going to put a little snow on our chimney. And we're going to bring some snow. We're going to bring some fire, smoke, not fire, smoke around here. Okay, I'm going to dip my finger in this, and I'm going to put me a little moon right here. And I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to dip another moon right there. Different scenes. So you got this side of the world, and you got that side of the world. Yeah, okay. I'm liking that, y'all. Alright, so let's go ahead and get us some snow put on our roof here. And there's the cabin with the roof. Alright, now I'm going to come back in here with my white, and I'm going to start tapping. Turn my paintbrush sideways, tap a little bit, come in here, tap, and then I'm not going to kill all my green. I'm just going to come in and start tapping some. We're just going to kind of smooth that out in there. Okay, so that's our tree. I tend to like, you can do daytime scenes. I guess the sun's going down, or it could be nighttime. I just tend to like the nighttime scenes, I reckon. Okay. I think I need some more paint on my paintbrush. I think I might have got too much in some spots. Whoops. I thought I was going to do that. I did do it too. I stuck my paintbrush in blue. Or sitting right there by the white. Okay, so let me grab some of that white and just finish coming in here and tapping. I'm just going to bring this on over. There we go. Okay, so I've got the white. I'm just going to go ahead and give it another coat because it needs it. Okay. So you kind of got to walk through the trees to get to the church. I want a red truck on here. I really do think I want a red truck. So I'm going to just pick up some white and I'm just going to come along in here. And I'm going to just make a rectangle. There's nothing fancy about it. And then I'm just going to come in and put a little square. And doesn't that look weird? But we're not through yet, so you can round that off, keep that straight, get that straight. And that is the start of our truck. Okay, let me see if I can pull some of this yellow down, and we'll go ahead and put some lights in our cabin. Okay. So there's our lights. I'm going to come in here with my smaller brush and I'm going to grab, if I can do this, I'm going to put some white, just a little white line on top of this bridge to represent some snow. And that's all I did. And if I think I got too much snow on there, I can just come in here and wipe my brush off. Got too much water on the edges of it. Bring my, there we go. I'm going to put green garland on there. I'm going to use this other green, that green oxidine green, and I'm just going to bring in some little, I'm just making little loops like little C's. And that's all I did for that. I'm going to definitely let that dry. I think what I'm going to do is to give this a little pop, I'm going to take my liner brush and I'm going to grab some of this red and I'm going to paint me a red door on this cabin. Because that just gives it a little pop. Mop that off, grab some white, and then just put us a little doorknob. And there, see, that just give it a little pop. And I'm going to pick up the darker green, and I'm going to fix this right here first because I don't like that. Well, I'm going to have to go get some more because it's kind of dry awning. Let's see if I can add some water to this. I'm just adding a little bit of water. Let's see if it'll pull it through for me. Okay, so we're going to try to come down here and put us another darker swirl. Let's see. Let's go. I'm hoping you can see it, but I have to turn it sideways so I can see it, because if I didn't, I'd be working up here like this and you still wouldn't see anything. Okay, so there is our pretty little bottom. I'm going to grab some. I think I'm going to make my fence out of the green, the darker color. If I can, I'm just going to put a little fence right here. Well, no, I'm not. I might change my mind right now. I'm going to bring some white down. Just the route that I want to bring my fence. And I just want to bring my fence right in there like that. Okay. And I'm just trying to keep that. I'm coming back in there with more snow. I'm just trying to keep it separated right now until I can do what I want to do. Okay. Now, I'm coming back in there with that dark color, and I'm going to put my fence. And some of them's going to be a little bit bigger than others, that's okay. And that's going to be the end of it. That's going to be my fence. Now let's see what we can do to get that fence looking like a fence. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just got to be. Okay. So there's our fence. And I'm going to come over here to my bridge, and I'm going to pick up red. And I'm going to put me some red dots on here. Just try to make sure you can see it. So much going on here. I don't go into a lot of shading and stuff. I'm not really worried about a lot of that, because by the time it gets the glitter and stuff on, that's a lot of stuff to have to look for. Alright. Well, I think we had some paint right here. Snow. Come down right there. So that's kind of wet, but we're going to come back in there anyway. Let's go ahead and add some snow to these trees here while we're here. And we probably may go ahead and add some to that, to our ground here. Okay, so let's go ahead and tap. And I'm just going to try to be very careful not to get too much over there, because I want that first little tree to pop out more so than I want this tree to pop out. or this one back here. So I'm going to do them first. So we're just going to put a little snow in here. A little snow in there. Just not really. I don't want to kill my church. Okay. And then we're going to bring our other tree here. Tap it. Across. And then we're just going to fill it in. Just rub these together. I don't want to kill her name under there. Okay. And that's going to come into play with the church right there. And that's all we're going to do. Now, to that part. Now we're going to come over here. And we're going to add some more snow. Might just do us a little. There we go. There is a reason I want that snow to come down, so we're just going to let it kind of play around. I think I may add a tree here. I'm just thinking I want one there. So, yep. So let's just go ahead and get us one little single tree there. I may let him come down to right here. He's going to be in front of that tree, but you know, you can stop the truck in front of the tree. It'd be fine. And we just tap it. And we're going to tap. Okay, there's our clump of trees to get to church, and then we got another tree there, right, popping out more in front of the cabin. So the cabin's kind of hid down in there. I'm going to grab some of this yellow, and I'm going to maybe a little white to go with it. And I think I'm going to put let's see, put right here. I'm going to put a light post right there. And I put it on kind of thick, so that's going to have to dry. And I may put a little one right here under this tree. Just coming out from that church. I'm going to pick up this little liner brush, and I'm just going to get a tiny little bit of paint on here, and I'm hoping to outline my church here a little bit, and then we'll come down here. So I'm just kind of outlining the church. Yeah, oops, I just got the wrong color. I think the front of it might look a little weird, but that's okay. I'm not really worried about that. Okay. I'm going to wipe some of that off. Okay, and we're going to come across here. There we go. if the church is a little wonky looking, we can bring this back like that. Because I'm going to put some more snow on there anyway, so we can bring this around like that. Okay. And because we're going to still bring snow in there, so that's just the beginning of that. And I might be got that light post too close, but that's okay. We'll make do. All right, I am coming in with this little liner brush again, because I'm going to try to do some windows here, and I need a tiny little brush to get me some tiny little spots. Okay. I'm going to put one right up here. And then we're going to just put the door. We're not going to worry about that. Do I want to put one right in here? Put one right there. Yep. Okay. Now, very carefully, I'm going to try to get me some of this on this brush again. And very carefully, I'm going to try. Do that again. Have some water on the brush. I stick my finger on there, and I'm going to try to make a cross, y'all. There we go. I got it. So there is our little church. It's going to have more paint on it, I know. And our bridge is done. We're still working on this part right here. So let's see if I can get my fingers to bend. And we'll come in here with a little line. Well, I'm going to do a straight line if I can. There's our post. And then we're going to just make a little line. I need a little bit more. Something. I'm going to let that dry because that yellow seems to be doing something it shouldn't be doing. Okay. And then we can just do a fancy little and I know it's not a bow, it's just a fancy little design on our thingamajiggy. Okay, and we'll come in here and try to do the same thing here if we can. Just a little short. There we go. So you may want to make that come out a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to just there is another fancy one. I was turning it somewhere else. I don't know where I was going with it, but I wasn't coming to y'all. Okay, so let's get our wheels on. So if we're going to do this as the back, put some tires here. And I guess we're going to need a little something right there. And then we can put one here. And I know that's not round. And if I don't like that, I can always take that off. Actually, I think I will. I would kind of like it, seeing it like that at that point. We're also going to be putting a Christmas tree in this one, so yeah. I know that one tire is bigger than the other. That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Okay. Alright, I'm going to come in with, I washed and cleaned my paintbrush, and I'm going to come in with some brown just so I kind of know where the doors go. I need to make some gray, so I'm just going to take my dirty brush, grab some white and some black, a little more white, a little more white. It's got some green in it, don't really care. Okay. And we're going to put our bumper on. I'm just putting a little square right there and a little square right here. And I think we may put a little grill on it. We may have to come back for the grill, but we'll see. So that is the start of that. I'm going to pick up a little white with that gray, and I'm just going to come in here and do me a window if I can. I may have to come back for that, but we'll see. Okay, so that's starting to look like the little red truck. Oops. Let's see, I do want to go over this. I do want to come over that. We'll have to fix our grill. We'll fix our grill. Again, this is one of those things that I have to concentrate on. I can't just sit and talk. I'm just painting it. Okay, so I am not liking something here. I'm going to make a little more back of this truck. And there's our little red truck coming along. Clickety clockety click. Okay, so I'm going to take a little brown and a little red, and I'm going to mix them together. And hoping I'm more red than I am brown. Then I'm coming in here and giving this some touch-overs. Just a little more, a little darker color. You can do the door. We can do a bumper. I mean, not a bumper, a step up. That's all. That's all I really need. Because it's not something that's got to be fancy. It's just got to be. Okay, I'm going to grab some red and I'm going to come up in here where that bumper is. My grill looks like it's stuck in there. So what I'm going to do is bring this down. And then I can come back with my grill. I can come back with the gray and do what I need to do. Okay, I'm going to wash my brush. Try to get that red out, and I'm going to pick up that gray. And I'm just going to come in and put me a bumper. I mean, a grill. There we go. And then we're just going to put us a little mirror right here. You see our little mirror. I'm going to take that gray and I'm going to come into where the black is, and I'm just going to tap on some hubcaps. And they, like I said, they don't have to be perfect. They just, I'm going to wipe my brush off. I'm not worried about cleaning it. I'm just picking up a little white, wiped it off, and I'm just going to come in here and, well, I guess I didn't. I might pick a little more white. Just give it a little highlight, and I want to do that a little darker, a little grayer in there. And so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to come right in here and just put a little higher, just so you can see it. And I'll probably do that in a little grayer too. Alright, so I'm wiping off my brush. I didn't wash it, I just wiped it off. Picked up the black, wiped it off. I just got a little bit, and I'm just coming in here, putting some lines. Maybe a little bit more. And if I don't like that gray, I can tone it down. Okay. I'm going to wash my brush off because I do need to fix that right in here. Washed it off and dried it. Picked up my gray again, and I'm just coming right in here at my window. Looks like a little darker than. It's okay. It's got a little red tint to it. That's okay. I'm just going to pick up a little red, and we can put some little highlights on our truck. We're going to put snow on it anyway. Okay. So let's just come up here and tap some snow. Well, we might want to wait on tapping that snow. We want to let that red dry. So I have Leah's here, and I'm just coming back. Everything's dry on it. I'm picking up my small liner brush, and I'm going to pick up some tiny little black. Try to be very careful, y'all, to come around these windows. Somebody's texting. Okay, I'm just going to come around right here. Right here. And then I'm going to add a black door here. Keeps going. I can come back in there with some white paint if I need to. Okay. Very carefully, I'm going to come around here and try to outline my windows here. Give them a little. Window pane in there. Got too much on there, I think. Let's wipe that off. There we go. I've washed my brush and I'm picking up some gray that I made. Just black and white, and I'm going to come back in here and fill in my window again. I might grab a little more white, a little lighter. And then I'm just going to put a little windshield in there. And then I have some red and black that I mixed together. Just a tiny little bit of red. Tiny little bit of black and a little more red. And I'm just going to come in here and try to make these stand out a little bit more. Just some little highlights on the truck. Okay. And then I'm going to use that same color to do my mirror. And there's the mirror. I do need to come back at the top of my truck a little bit with some red and just touch it right there a little bit. Okay. So, yep, I'm liking that little truck. I'm grabbing I didn't wash my brush, I just grabbed a little bit of white, and I'm just going to put a little shadows here and there on the door. On the truck a little bit. Just to give it some light. And I'm going to bring some of that white around on my tires a little bit more. I might give the rims a little bit. The hubs. I've then done some on the tires, so I'm okay. I see I got some snow I got to put on a tree, so I'm coming with my number 4 brush, and I'm just going to load up and get a little bit of paint here. And then, let's see, we're going to tap, tap, tap there at the top, come across. And then I'm just going to start loading in a little paint here, snow here and there. Try not to get it into the red. Yeah. Bring the snow around my truck as good as I can. I don't want to bump into the name. I just want to come in here with some snow. I'm just going to come around our light here. That I am going to get a smaller brush for because it is tiny work. I'm just getting my little small liner brush. I'm just going to put a little paint on top. Put some highlights is what I'm doing. Well, not highlights, I'm putting snow. There's our snow there. Alright, so we're here at the fence, and I'm just going to put in some snow on top of my fence. You want to put some on top? That'll work fine. Just gonna add a little bit on here just to blend it in. Okay, again we're just gonna come in here, do a little highlighting on this this light post, or a little snow. I don't know why I'm saying highlight, but good. Alright, I have this small one. I'm just going to come back in here and put some more snow on over her name. As you can see, I have a good bit of paint on my brush. Just to fill it in. Okay, so our cabin, I want some more snow up on my cabin. Now I'm going to wipe my brush off because I got a ton of paint on it. And I'm just going to pick up on the tip and I'm going to start putting some stars. Okay, so there's our stars. There's our snow. Just making this a little darker right in here because I'm going to do something else there. We've got our snow, we got our door. We've got to finish our truck. Oh no, we got some snow on our, I don't know where I get snow there. You know, red on the trees. I fixed it. It's smeared from somewhere, I don't know. So anyway, we have a little snow in here if we want to. Okay, I could do a little snowman right in here, but as you see, I'm using my little brush. I'm not going to make him very big. There's our little snowman. And I'll just go around with some snow underneath him. There's our little snowman. So I like those little trucks. I have to tell you, they're cute, they're easy to make. I mean, I told you, it's easy to make. But it's just fun. Okay, I do have some snow here on my thing, on my brush, and I want to just fill in on this roof line. I'm going to put a little bit. I need to wipe some of that off of my brush though, and get just a little bit to come up here. And then we can just come in here. And then we're just going to put a little bit here and a little bit there. And there, let's see, we might bring it a little bit up in here just to kind of make our church blend in. Kind of got to shovel yourself to the church. That's a good thing. I've got washed my small brush, and I'm just going to come into here and just put some. Our windows is, our light from our windows is showing on our snow. I'm going to pick up some more white paint here. I don't have much on my palette, and I'm just going to dab some white on here. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail with this little feller. I'm just going to do some illusion. I think I have enough red on here, so what I'm going to do is probably just give him a little black hat. And so I'm just going to come across and just give him a little weird looking hat. Okay. Then we can just put our little sticks up. Of course we're going to go some big eyes is what I gave him. And I just put a tiny little smile. I didn't go into detail with putting little dots on it. And then we're just going to give him a couple buttons. He looks googly-eyed. But we're not through. Not through. So I am going to let him dry at this point. Not liking that hat, but it's okay. He's at the church and he's going to praise the Lord. That's what he's doing. So anyway, I'm going to come in here. I've washed and dried my liner brush. And I'm going to pick up my chrome green and I'm going to go in the back of my little truck and I'm going to draw me a line. And then I'm just going to start coming in there and trying to fill in a Christmas tree. I think some of it might be a little long. And it just can come right over my little red truck. Be fine. Can you see the little red truck? I mean the little tree. Now I'm going to add some white to this green and I'm going to come in with another little layer. If I can get it. I might have to add a little water to that because it's kind of dry out on me. And if that's too watery, we'll do something else. I'm liking the little tree. I know I have to get some more white because I'm out of snow. Everything else I'm happy with, I think. I've got my twirly. I've got my twirly in here. I've got my bridge. I'm finished with my bridge and my trees. We're going to do some more to the snowman. The church. I know I've got to put a door on it. And I may put a little more white in there. I don't know. I'm kind of content with it. We may bring some black around here. I've still got a few things to do here. So let me grab a little bit of black and just outline my door. I do hate when I try to go straight and it don't go straight. And then we can just do a little shade, some shadows on the tricking spots if we want to. I just got a little, very little black on my brush and just putting some, I'm going to pick up a little bit of white and come right in here. Because I've got some white on my, probably need to put a little snow on the mirror. And then I'm coming down with some snow on my tree here. Green right here. Because I cut that a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'm liking the tree. Don't want to come right in there. I use my number 4 brush. I'm just going to get some of this mint colored green I have, and I'm just going to come in here and give it a little walkway. And then we're going to get one at the door of the cabin. And I think I'm just going to come under here lightly where the truck is and just put a little shadows under the truck with some green, with the light green. I'm going to take this light green and I'm going to try to put him a headband on here if I can. I just put him a scarf. I know it's not looking so good, so I've got too big a brush. I'm just gonna come back with my smaller brush, and I'm gonna pick up some paint across here and across there. So I'll give him his little stocking. I mean his little scarf. I told you I made his eyes too big, so I'm gonna grab some more white here if I got some. And I don't think I do. Gonna have to go get some. And I'm just gonna, yeah, I got some. I'm just gonna make that eyes. I'm gonna get rid of his eyes right now. Okay. Now, very, very carefully, I'm gonna pick up some black and I'm going to wipe it off, and I'm gonna give him tiny eyes if I can. I think I got, there we go. Got smaller eyes that time. Wash and dry my brush. And I'm going to pick up the orange. And I'm just going to give him a tiny little nose. And there is our snowman. So I'm going to pick up my number 4 and I'm just going to get some snow and put it on top of my truck here. And I'm going to put some on the back. Up in here. Okay. That's okay with me there. I'm going to put some up on top of my snowman's hat. I want to fix this church right here. I don't like it. Real quick, I want to get my liner brush, tiny little bit of white, and I'm just going to put a little highlight on the arms. I think I can go ahead and I'm going to wipe my brush off really good. I'm going to pick up, I'm just going to do it in black, and I'm going to get it really small, and I'm going to come in here and just write my name. And then I'm going to put a 23. Okay, so Jan 23. So let me, we got the other steps to do, but everything's got to dry. So here's our truck, our bridge with our river, our church, her name, and the cabin, back to the truck. So as soon as that dries, we I'll go to the next step. And my little metal top that I'm going to pour some Mod Podge into. And then I have some extra fine diamond glitter. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit in here. And then I'm going to hold that to the side. And then we're just going to take our ornament and start rubbing this on. And then I'm just going to come back and put some sprinkles all over. Some sparkles. I said sprinkles. I think I'm cooking a cake. Okay, so at this point I'm just going to let this come to a complete dry. Okay, I'm back with this one, and I'm gonna make a little ribbon here. I got a little bow. I put about a handful in there, and then I just grab it and tie it. And I'm just gonna get my scissors and cut it. So I have a little bow here. I can just fluff out a little bit. Now I know if you watch Joni Young, because that's where I got this idea, she puts hers in there. I don't do that because it doesn't work so great for me. It goes crazy. So I'm just going to bring in some Mod Podge and try not to get it all over everything. See, that's the problem with the Mod Podge. I got to get a brush here to get the air bubbles out. There we go. So we can put that back in there. I should have got a different brush than my liner brush, but I was just in a hurry. It's not going to hurt that it's on top. I'll smooth that out with a brush directly. So I didn't do a video doing Andrew's, but I will tell you, I just learning. This was actually probably one of the first ones that I started on. There it goes again. And I'm just going to take some of this off. Anyway, I gotta get that air bubble out. There we go. I've painted over his. I painted his, didn't like it, so I painted it over, didn't like it, and I painted again. Finally got where I like it, and I'll try to show you that one in this video as well. But I'm just making sure I got that. Okay, so I'm going to take my brush here, and I'm just going to, I'll say it was, and just smooth out what I got here. Okay. And then I'm just going to stick my hook down in there. Now I have the gesso all over there, so I'm just going to pick a spot that I want to put my bow, and I'm going to put it right here close to her name, and that's actually just going to stay there. So I'm just going to let that dry. Here is Leah's. It's finished. It's got the ribbon on top. It's got her name. Here's her swirl on the bottom. There's her red truck. Trying to turn it around for y'all to see. There's her bridge with her trees and her light post and her bridge. And there's her snowman. Here's her church nestled in the edge of the woods. And there's her cabin. She's walking distance to church. I told you I wanted to show you Andrew's. Here's Andrew's. There's his name. There's his swirl. Here's his log cabin with his, the mountains are in the back. And there's his fence post all decorated. Christmas tree standing beside it. And the manger scene. This one is the one that I painted 3 times before I finally got it where I thought I was halfway happy with it. And then there's his bridge with his trees in the woods. And if you can tell the color of his woods, they sparkle. Oh, and it's so pretty. So anyway, that is our Andrew and Leah's Christmas ornaments. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Now pick up a paintbrush and let's get painting. Now take care and God bless. Merry Christmas.